And the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down. First down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. This is the rookie from Oklahoma State, Justice Hill. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. One heck of a 3rd down conversion, 33 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
You got 3 down.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising, but they wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Hill. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Not at all what they envisioned on third down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. The kick by Pinheiro is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 23. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford, pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Roquan Smith in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Out of the gun, Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Clinton Dix making the safety blitz look easy. Zooms in for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. And it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Ready? 180.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Amendola, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Jim. 32. Greystone travel.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. What a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Red, go. Check nine.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Trubisky to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, a give to Davis. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. On first down, Trubisky. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this...
Looking for Amendola, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Amendola, he was the intended target. Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers, because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback, trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
They're swooping. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a first and goal. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, He hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Trubisky. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And now look at him go. The 30. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Go! 180! We're pretty quiet, team. We're pretty quiet. Sponge!
They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Check.
2nd and 5 now. Trubisky. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, but it's going to be 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They bring Rashaan Melvin on the corner blitz, and he gets there.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about it?
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, 92 yards. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Well, from back where that one started, they were hoping probably for just a few yards on the ground there. Instead, they get 90-plus and into the end zone.
And as much credit as I have to give the guys on offense, I often think when I see a run of that magnitude that there has to have been a mistake made, maybe even multiple mistakes on defense, because you're expecting them to run the ball from that stage of the field. Instead, it turns into one of the longest runs that we're going to see in the NFL.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're in a 13-3 hole here now as they come up on first down. A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Trubisky. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. After the interception, here's Stafford. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Johnson running right. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the lead stretches 16-3 now. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Trubisky to throw. Connecting with Burton here over the middle. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Trubisky will throw. This is Gabriel out on the left side. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays? 3. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Justice Hill, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they only had the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, and when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half, but when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as the head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Stafford. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And taken right at the 35. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone. Get on!
Operating from the gun, Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. This is taken at about the 14. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Come on! 180! 18. You got this!
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Miller on the catch over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, let's go. Hey, alert. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Move. Save.
Here's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now Trubisky. The catch is made by Riley Ridley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. A first down carry for Davis. Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. This might be a free play here for Trubisky. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
And we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know, the rhythm seems off. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They go to Johnson again. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Roquan Smith racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Fielded at the 33. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while. What
it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Trubisky's throw into the hands of Burton, and he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On first down, Hill. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Hill one more time. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. Able to find Shaheen, the tight end. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. They'll run it with Hill. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Mike Davis with touchdown number 7 on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Now the try here for the point after. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter.
Makes the score Bears 17, Lions 16.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
From the 22, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. On the ground, this is Johnson. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, 20. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Anderson is the lone man in the backfield here as they get set for a second and goal. Now Stafford, and he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. So now here come the Lions up to go for 2. Stafford now to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll be taken down all the way inside Detroit's 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Trubisky to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Pierre Desir. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And once again, Hill, he's been busy. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
First down, Chicago.
He's back to throw. They'll set up the screen with Davis. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
Check 52, 25, check 25.
Now it's Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Set, 180. Mike 50, huh? Check right, check right.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Lions, the win moves them to 3-9 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile,